Hi there, my name is Alice and I am CMO at Cognism.
My name is Emily and I am the video manager.
I'm Laura, Senior Demand Gen Manager.
My name is Estelle and I'm the website manager.
I'm Fran, Global Head of Demand Gen.
Hi, my name is Ilse from Rensburg and I'm a Senior SEO and Content Executive.
I'm Megan and I'm the Director of Customer Success at Cognism, and I'm going to be answering some questions today for International Women's Day. And I started my journey at Cognism as a growth marketing manager, then just switched kind of the notion to demand gen manager. And 2 months ago, I moved into the role of senior demand gen manager, which I'm very happy about.
I started at Cognism about 4 years ago now as the head of marketing when we were a team of 3 and we were just about 3 million in ARR. We've since scaled and I've grown the team from 3 to 39 and we're well over 50 million in ARR now, as well as moving into the group CMO seat during this time.
So I started at Cognism in 2019 as a customer success manager. I kind of fell into the role because I didn't really know what I was looking for, and I'd definitely never heard of the role of a CSM before and hadn't even really considered working in tech. But I spoke with a recruiter who was really great, and he helped me break down what some of the things I was looking for in a company were, and then recommended Cognism in this role. I took the interview process through and learnt more about the company and the role as I went through that, and I ended up being offered the job. I think I got really lucky because it's definitely possible that I wouldn't have enjoyed it, but I ended up falling into a job that I really loved. I enjoyed talking with customers, helping them use the product, helping them understand the service that Cognism offered, and ultimately achieve their new business goals with Cognism. From there, I went on into a management role and eventually took over the management of the CS team, which has been fantastic. We have a really incredible team, so it's been a true pleasure to work with them to make sure that our customers have an excellent customer journey and experience with Cognism.
Just briefly, before I joined, my career was actually working in a different industry entirely, and I was actually a poker dealer in a casino. And then I made a career change into marketing and digital marketing and as a web designer. And now I'm the website manager at Cognism, and I've been here since September last year. In the last few months, I've been working on some really interesting and exciting projects in web design and web development, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
I started Cognism as a marketing intern actually, and then I went on to being the marketing assistant, video marketing executive, senior video marketing executive, to where I'm at now, which I am the video manager, managing a team of 1 other person.
My journey with Cognism started back in 2020 as a copywriter. I used to write all the sales cadences for our SDRs and our clients to use for outreach. However, when we got rid of our sales cadences, I started writing content for the blog. That was my main focus. And then I worked my way up to writing for SEO. And since then, I've been promoted to Senior SEO and Content Executive. And I really love what I do.
So the most rewarding part of the role for me has been building out a demand gen team and defining completely new ways of work. So where there wasn't an existing playbook already, defining like new processes and new ways to approach things.
I think this is being able to share my ideas and collaborate with a team and bring my website ideas to life. I do love that our team is so supportive and always showing appreciation. There's shout outs and getting recognition too.
Actually seeing the results from my hard work. At previous companies, I never used to really do a lot of reporting or look at the impact that I was making for the company. And we do that a lot at Cognism. We always check metrics. We always have something that we have to work towards. The marketing team especially has very steadfast goals, and we're always working hard to achieve them and go above and beyond. So So I really love that aspect. It's very rewarding for me to see one of my pages go to number one, or to see all the conversions from a page, or even to just see that people are enjoying it and they're talking about what I'm writing about. And it's not just there for the sake of being there. It's adding some sort of value to people and impacting their lives. And that's really rewarding.
Of course, positive feedback, and to hear from our customers and prospects that what we do or what I create is really value driven and value led for them, so that we really create, for example, helpful content on social media, so for example on paid social, and also on the website in our blog posts, that people actually love to consume and find pretty helpful.
Putting ideas to life, so whether it be through an animation or just like through like a video edit, just like whatever idea someone has, whether it be from the brief or an idea in their head, and just putting it in a visual in a video.
Seeing the impact that Cognism has for our customers. It's amazing every time a customer tells us that Cognism has saved them time, or whenever an SDR tells us that their job is easier or they're happier at their job because of Cognism. It's also been really cool to see some of our customers have grown with us as a company. I remember I joined around four years ago, and some of the customers that I was first managing back then are still customers now. So that's been really cool to get to be a part of.
I think during this journey, the most rewarding part for me has definitely been the whole process of building a team of amazing marketers. We're changing the way that B2B marketing is done, and we're writing our own playbook. And that means that we're innovating every day, and it's just an amazing journey to be on with the team.
Joining an early stage startup and being at a company that's high growth, there's going to be a lot of change, and that's something that can be challenging to manage sometimes when, you know, your day by day is constantly evolving and processes are changing a lot. But it's also really exciting because you get to be a part of a company that's growing and building things out to be scalable and always pushing towards that next stage. So that's a challenge, but also something that's been rewarding too.
Probably say to keep up with the fast-paced market, because as you know, SaaS is a very fast-paced industry, and just to always always on one side take into account what new tools are out in the market, and also to focus on what really proves to be the best. So sometimes just double down on what works and not being lost in the whole universe of what is possible. And so far, the biggest learning also from that is to actually be very proactive about your role, and to just own up to your role and to your own ideas and to your creativity and to your personality. So I was able to, for example, start thought leadership interviews in the DACH market, and yeah, just go for it.
It's definitely been just getting comfortable in my position. I had a lot of imposter syndrome and actually originally turned down the role as I didn't think that I could do it. But by getting good at being comfortable being uncomfortable and focusing on one day at a time, I've definitely managed to gradually overcome this and get much more familiar, I think, and comfortable in my seat.
Because there's a lot of video editing, a lot of softwares that you use, a lot of tools, a lot of different things that come into play. There are always going to be some sort of technical issue, whether it be like, for instance, I've had a lot of issues in the past where just like you spend so much time on an edit and then you have problems when it comes to render the video, and things just taking longer than expected because of technical challenges. And I think the most challenging part about the technical challenges is just trying to find your own problem with what's happened, and sometimes trying to find a solution to sometimes where you don't even know the problem to this technical solution. I think that has to be the biggest challenge.
Basically, when I first joined Cognism, I was actually given a big project to work on straight away, which was, right, you know, we want you to build a Cognism website in another language, and that language is French, and I don't actually speak French. And also, you know, joining here, I had to learn a different website CMS tool, which here we use the HubSpot CMS. And before that, I'd never used the HubSpot CMS tool before. Being a previous WordPress user before with the website CMSs I used, then this was all completely new to me. And also, you know, building a new website in a completely different language was a bit of a challenge, but yeah, no, I got through that and worked with the translator, and then someone else joined the team who could speak French. So yeah.
The same, defining new ways of work. I think everybody has probably seen our very honest journey on LinkedIn about the shift from lead gen to demand gen. The challenging part of that is for the demand gen piece, there is no playbook. So previously in my career, I've been very used to rinsing and repeating the old school ebook lead gen playbook very comfortably. So I guess it's really taking me out of my comfort zone, like sort of having to define the processes, go back, iterate them. But yeah, so most challenging, but actually always the most enjoyable as well.
Our marketing team is always trying new things. And I'm one of those people that gets very set in my ways. And when I learn how to do something, I learn how to do it to the best of my ability. And I want to carry on doing it and not change what I'm doing. But I think while that's a challenge, it's also something that's really helped me grow, because experimentation, it helps you reach new heights that you never thought was possible before. And that's definitely something that Cognism has done for me. It's pushed me out of my comfort zone. It's helped me grow as a person. And yeah, I think it's a challenge, but it's also probably what's best for me as well.
I think the biggest thing for me is to always speak up and say your opinions, even if you're the most junior person in the room or you feel like everyone else has more experience than you, because your perspective is really important, and you wouldn't be invited to meetings or invited to contribute on a certain topic if your opinion wasn't valued.
From kind of making this shift and building out a brand new team is that communication is definitely key. There are so many moving parts to, you know, working with, you're not only sort of managing the demand gen team, you're working with product marketing, you're working with customer marketing, you're speaking with sales, you're speaking with paid. So really it's managing those expectations and really just being hot on that communication. And I think as well, like the big benefit of that is the more you communicate, the more it takes the pressure off you to deliver if you've got clear deadlines and are like setting those expectations. So that's definitely something that I've learned along the way.
Nothing is ever set in stone. You can have a page that is ranking well, it's converting well, and somebody else will come along and write a page that's better than yours. And then you just have to re-look at what you're doing and try and come at it from a different angle. And that's the other thing, like I said before, it's about improving yourself and improving the way that you do things all the time. You can't remain stagnant. So yeah, that's the biggest learning from my role, is you definitely have to be on top of your game. You can't get comfortable, because comfort isn't going to get you rewards. You have to just keep learning, you have to keep experimenting, you have to keep doing. And that's going to be the most rewarding thing for you at the end of the day.
Learning loads about the different systems and processes within our team, and also getting to areas that I never worked on before, such as website personalization with a tool called Mutiny. Also, I think what I've learned a lot in the last few months is just general knowledge about B2B marketing and demand gen, basically. The team are really good about sharing their knowledge and tips about B2B and demand gen, and we're very active on social media, and they're always sharing their advice and everything. And so I've just learned a lot just by listening to other people in the team.
Not do everything yourself. I think it's because I've been the only video person at Cognism for like the longest time, and we've only started to kind of build the video team, I suppose. And so I've always been used to doing everything myself. And so now we have another video person. We have Ilse, who's like amazing video marketing executive now, that I could just kind of, she can take ownership of a lot of the project, and just, I need to learn that everything is not always has to be.
One piece of advice for anyone watching, I would just say, don't let fear get in your own way. Nothing amazing happens in your comfort zone. So always be learning and be the kind of person who can take something from ideation into value-added execution, and continue to practice this daily. The compounding impact will be felt.
Own it, own your ideas, just don't be shy about it, because for sure people are gonna love them. And if you have a really good skills also of project management, for example, I think this is really helpful to just see the ideas from creation and then to conception and everything, just actually then having the output of it. And that is just like the really good characteristics of in the B2B tech space that are really helpful to actually also move upwards in your role.
To be open to different types of roles and companies. I'd never heard of a CSM before I took the role, but it ended up being a fantastic fit for me and a job that I could really grow in. I'd also recommend being open to early stage companies. I think sometimes when people think about going into tech, you immediately think of the big tech companies, but there's so many really great earlier stage companies, and getting to be a part of a company from when they first start and seeing them go through, funding rounds and always pushing towards something can be so exciting. Those would be my two pieces of advice. So be willing to take a job that you might not have heard of before, you might not know about, and also take a risk on an early stage company.
If you are looking to get into the B2B tech SaaS space, then look for a company that you want to work for, and don't be afraid to ask for a job, even if they don't even advertise an open role. I know that in our team as well, we've already had talent come into the team, and they're just people who've either sent in a cover letter to one of the managers, or they've maybe just started as an intern and now they're actually permanent staff. So that is one way to actually get into this tech space.
For someone who's looking to get into my type of role, is just to kind of do a lot of research into, I guess, different B2B SaaS companies and their videos, what videos they're paying out there, and just kind of looking at the style of the videos, the style of the video edits, and just kind of like the types of videos that are being put out there on different platforms, on different social media platforms, just everywhere in general, and just kind of like adapting yourself to that kind of style. If you don't know how to do certain video edits that you see in these kind of like videos, just kind of learn. Myself, I'm like self-taught as like a lot of video editors, and there are just a lot of videos online, especially on YouTube. The majority of my learning has come from YouTube, so just go on a YouTube tutorial. It's totally free, and just kind of like learn a lot of styles for video editing, especially what you see out there in the B2B SaaS space.
For people who want to become an SEO writer, especially the woman out there, I would say you have to be a force. You have to prove yourself, like go above and beyond. Whenever somebody asks you to do something, as long as it's something that's in your comfort zone, do it. And every time there's something to do on a project, then just put your hand up and volunteer. Because the thing is that you might be feeling like you're doing a lot of work, but you are working towards something. And every time that you go above and beyond and put yourself out there and help out other people on the team, you're learning from those people like very valuable lessons. And also I would say follow people in your industry, learn from them. Mentors are the biggest thing ever. They are going to give you all the insight that you need to be successful. And Also, sign up to all the newsletters. I follow, like, I don't know, I've signed up to like 100 SEO blogs. My inbox is so crowded, but I find value in those newsletters. I learn new things every day. Also, follow people, well, companies like Ahrefs on YouTube, because they put up some really valuable videos that can really teach you a lot about SEO. Also, go on Udemy, do all the courses that you can. They're affordable, they're full of valuable insights. Listen to podcasts, network, go on LinkedIn, communicate with the people that you aspire to be like one day, and just read their posts, learn from them. And that's definitely going to help you a lot. And when you're not learning, you should be putting your all into what you're doing, and just really be passionate about it, because if you're not passionate about what you're doing, it's going to show. But when you are passionate and you start seeing those results and you get excited about it, then everyone else is also going to get really excited about it.
It's super fast paced. And I think something that I've struggled to do in the past is accept when something isn't working. So if you're running a campaign or a certain initiative or project and it isn't working, you just have to accept that. Don't dwell on those failings and move on. The best thing about failing at something is there's something to always be learned from that. So I think it's something I struggled to do before, and I'm definitely working on still now. And also, like, secondary to that, I think just don't do something just because that's the way you always have. I know when I've joined companies before, I've absorbed their processes and just continued to carry them out that way. But sometimes actually the biggest reward and the biggest impact on results doesn't necessarily come from that big idea or that big aha moment. It's actually just challenging an existing process, making a slight tweak even, and really seeing that impact. So yeah, that would be a little bit of advice from me, and happy International Women's Day.